How would you respond if I asked you, why is Elon Musk so rich? What are the components of his formula for success that even earned him the title of the richest man in the world in 2023? Many attribute it to his ingenuity, others to his negotiation skills. There are also those who point to his connections with the US government, and some others say he was simply born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Or should I say emerald? Unfortunately, all these arguments are based on circumstantial evidence that we cannot take as 100% certain. But there is something else, a detail that is usually overlooked and, unlike the others, is measurable. And I'm talking about his ability to make enemies. To take a closer look, let's go back in time for a moment. The date is November 21st, 2019, and Elon Musk is about to present the Cybertruck, the electric pickup truck made by Tesla. During the presentation, he talks among other things about the toughness of its windows and how they are designed to be unbreakable. To demonstrate this, one of his employees throws a steel ball at the vehicle's windows, and then... Just a few hours after the event, the internet is flooded with videos, social media posts, and headlines in newspapers and magazines mocking the disastrous presentation of the Cybertruck and how Elon Musk made a fool of himself in front of the whole world. And it was to be expected. There is nothing more delicious for our own ego than to see someone who is supposed to be above us fall. It makes us feel better about our own frustrations. But you have to be very naive to believe that a billionaire like Elon Musk wouldn't have a team that made sure everything was in order before starting the presentation. So what happened here? Who failed? The short answer is no one. On the contrary, here we just find that measurable factor I told you about earlier. This is nothing more than a very well thought out advertising strategy that successfully used one of the internet's most powerful propaganda tools to its advantage: the haters. As you probably already know, haters thrive on failure and the embarrassment of others, and find satisfaction in spreading comments all over the internet trying to make the people they mock look even worse. This is precisely the characteristic that makes them so valuable. Elon Musk knew that using haters to his advantage could save him millions in advertising, but he needed to do it strategically. He needed something embarrassing enough to get them talking, and harmless enough not to damage his brand, which is where the failure of the unbreakable windows turned out to be the perfect weapon. The results? Well, this supposed fiasco did nothing but attract more attention to Elon Musk and Tesla and help him capture thousands of new potential customers. Hard to believe? Let me prove it. First, you'll agree that the thousands of articles, posts and videos that were created after the presentation to mock Elon and Tesla reached not only those who already knew about Elon Musk and his companies, but also thousands of people who had no idea of his existence. And you will also agree that a certain percentage of these people will have gone to find out why everyone was mocking Elon and Tesla and ended up admiring him and even ordering the Cybertruck for themselves. But as I know all this could be pure speculation, let's look at the numbers. This is the historical chart of Tesla's value over the last 5 years. The Cybertruck presentation event happened here, and after that, as you can see, the value of the shares just kept growing. But what if we look at the data more closely? How about the week of the event? This was the value of Tesla shares before, during, and after the failed presentation of the Cybertruck. And as you can see, not only was there no damage to the brand, but the trading volume of Tesla's shares grew substantially right after the event. Still think that the failure of the unbreakable windows was not really a marketing strategy? I'll give you one more argument which maybe makes sense to you. How many times have you arrived at a local dealership and based your purchasing decision on the toughness of the vehicle's windows you want to buy? Unless you're a Hollywood star, a high-ranking government official, or a famous billionaire, window toughness is not something you even consider when making your purchase decision. Elon knew this, but nevertheless, to not damage his brand, just before throwing the steel ball against the car's windows, he did something else.
Now I'll show you Tesla Alma Glass. Nothing. Do it at a bigger height with a, yeah.
This simple action is crucial because it shows Tesla's ability to create unbreakable windows while minimizing the risk of damaging the brand's reputation when the real windows break. In simple terms, it opens up the possibility to think that the actual windows failed simply because the correct glasses were not installed, a human error that is easy to fix. Now, it is worth saying that this way of marketing was not invented by Elon Musk. It has existed for a long time, and as I told you earlier, it is known as polarization. And its aim is to create very strong and usually opposite feelings in the market to motivate discussion about brands, people, or products. In the case of Elon and Tesla, the effect of polarization is more than evident. There are those who love him and defend his actions, while those who hate him deeply. But what would you think if I tell you that the story does not end here? That there is a secret ingredient, an element that multiplies the efficacy of polarization marketing by 10. Can you guess what it is? I'll summarize it in one word: algorithms. All social media recommend content to their users based on a series of rules that in the world of computing are known as algorithms. And although each social network has its own recipe and each algorithm is different, they all use to a greater or lesser extent the same ingredients to decide what content to show their users. One of those ingredients is the number of interactions. Comments, likes, dislikes, and other user interactions only serve to promote the content of any creator further. Even when giving a video or post a dislike means that the social network will show you less of that content, the action itself tells the algorithm that this piece of content generates reactions and therefore is worthy of being shown to more users outside of you. This is precisely the reason why clickbait, although in poor taste, works. Haters significantly increase the number of interactions of any piece of content they touch, sending positive signals to the algorithm to spread the word and attract more and more users to the content in question. For Elon, Tesla, and the Cybertruck, this translates into millions and millions of dollars saved in advertising, as well as thousands and thousands of new customers for his companies. In even simpler terms, Elon Musk's formula for success is composed of two ingredients: fans who buy his products, haters who spread the message. And if by any chance you still believe that the failure of the windows at the Cybertruck presentation was just an accident, I invite you to investigate the case of the hand controlling the humanoid robot, the multiple lawsuits Elon has received for his tweets, and even the promotion he once did of Dogecoin to raise funds. All these events use, with some variation, the same strategy of polarization marketing with results we cannot argue. Having said all this, the really important question is, knowing that it works, would you use this strategy for your own benefit? Yes? No? Why? I read you in the comments. Have a good one.